So that's the chicken coop more or less down. Sorry. Everything's down, and there's these nice beams here. Might see if I could save them, but I doubt it. But you never know. This end is better. This end is completely rotten, so maybe these sides will be salvageable. But, you know, one structure down. So now on to the next, which is that one there. This thing here. Get rid of this thing. And this thing here. Don't even know what it is. Probably a mulch pile. Soon it'll be gone, hopefully. Because I'm a curious person. I want to know what's under there. It's a hole. Why, I have no idea. Drainage. It's a drain pipe. Let me just grab you. It's easier. Oopsie. Over here, there's a drain pipe coming out. Possibly two. And then going in here, and it sort of looks like right there, like there might be a drain, or what should be a drain. Now, why this is on the property, I haven't a clue. Where that drains from, also haven't a clue. Maybe it's an overflow from the well. Seems kind of ridiculous. But it's here. And now I get to deal with it. Yep, that's just a hole. Fun. So a lot's been going on in the past day or so, or a few days, I don't know. But the big ones are, we found out that all the walls that we want to knock down on the ground floor are all load bearing, so we have to get beams for all of them and have those installed. Now I'm hoping I can do it myself because I don't believe there's that much of a load per se, because you know I can see upstairs and see how much is up there, but gonna have to let the professionals tell me whether or not that's true. That's
Financially, potentially a bit of a hit, but I mean, I think we'll still get through that one. That's not that big a deal. And then today so last week I also got a flat tire, all my own fault. I cut a corner too much, ripped the tire. So got a flat tire, took like 6 days to get a replacement tire, which to me is absolutely ridiculous, but you know, whatever. And then now I finally have the tire, which means that I feel confident to have the, I don't know what it's called, compressing machine to pat down the ground underneath the concrete in the workshop so that then I can pour the concrete, which by the way, I'm extremely nervous, A, to do it by myself at all. B, I'm very nervous to do it on YouTube because I am sure I'm gonna get railed for doing something stupid, as one does. So today is about compressing down all the dirt so that we can move forward with pouring the concrete, so that then I can move forward with getting my family stuff out of storage and bring it here so that we wipe that monthly bill off of our budget. So here's to everything going well in the next series of dominoes that have to fall. And now I'm trying to fill a sprayer with water and the water stopped. I think I can turn it on by just turning the power on, which will turn the pump on, will make it so the well then brings water into the house, but I'm not certain that's gonna work. So give me a minute. Okay, it worked. I'm beginning to learn the quirks of this house, and this is currently one of them. So the next biggest problem will be that I rented the compressor, which is very heavy, and I'm going to have to get it out of this car, and unfortunately I can't take it closer to the workshop because we got a dumpster here. So somehow I have to get it from car through the yard, past the dumpster, through the courtyard, all the way to the workshop, which will be a feat in and of itself. So I don't know why I'm filming this, because it could be an absolute disaster, and yeah. So I'm gonna try to do this with my dolly here, because I feel like it can take more weight even than my wheelbarrow. Ugh. Okay, that's not so bad. I was very fearful that that was going to be much worse. Now, getting it back in the car, that's another story. So, let's see if I can get my newly, there we go. Okay, I'm liking it. Well, that went about as well as it could have been ever expected, so let's hope that I can also figure out how to turn the thing on and handle it and, well, all the other things that are about to happen. Now that I've learned some of the techniques, like don't go in reverse,
What? Meh. Was thinking I might need a dust mask, and I was right, but I didn't do it. So I need to go get a dust mask. Oh yeah, side note. I don't know what's changed in this process, but starting about maybe a week ago, my shoes smell like a cat pissed in them. It's disgusting, even to me, and I'm not easily disgusted by smells. And it is so wretched, and I have no idea what's causing it, nor how to fix it, but if anybody knows, send me a comment. Help me out. Help my wife out, because she hates the smell even more than I do. I think I need to wet it down a little more, or at all. This far corner feels very unstable underneath. Almost like it's like wood underneath all this, like it's just bouncy. Now it might be a well pipe is under there. I don't know. All I know is I need to make it more stable. It's very loosey-goosey. And also because the dirt is so dry, to a certain extent it's just pushing it around. It's not compressing it really. So adding a little water is what I found on the internet, just to help tighten it up, I guess. Compress it a bit more so it holds. The story I'm sticking to. I already know what's gonna happen. Is that the moment the machine hits it, it's just gonna like throw down the wet stuff, and all the dry stuff's just gonna go kicking up into the air. Still, I mean, it's going as expected, you know, with a little more effort maybe than expected, but as expected. I knew this was going to happen, much like this. Not feeling as confident about this one. But let's re-wet it down. That seemed to help. Of course, I have to go all the way to the other side of the house to get water. I have a feeling at this point there's a bit of a user error. I feel like I'm pushing too hard when I shouldn't, or not pushing enough when I should. So we'll just keep doing it until we get it right. Need to add more dirt. There's a very low soft spot over right here that everything just keeps sort of like crushing into. So I need more dirt here. I put more dirt down. Partly because the more dirt I put in, the less concrete I'll have to sort of put in also. So that's good. And then this dirt, I think will compact. I believe it'll sort of compress more effectively than the previous dirt. The previous dirt was still very loose, so this should do a better job, hopefully. So a different version of round 2. Okay, it's not smooth, but it is thoroughly compressed. And all I'm doing is just sort of squishing it around. So it doesn't really matter because putting concrete over it, it doesn't need to be level. It just needs to be compressed. So I'm done because I also lost feeling in my thumb. So that's bad also. So we'll call it sold. Let's just double check the level though. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so nothing is above the concrete level, which is good. So that way I can pour the concrete without needing to dig anything back out. Take that as a win. That was exhausting. I I consulted an old friend of mine. He told me that instead of like rebar or any sort of time-consuming or expensive thing, all I need to do is just put chicken wire down to create some sort of mechanical bond that will hold the, I don't know if it's a mechanical bond, I was just throwing words out, but create a bond between some sort of structure on top of it, on top of the dirt. So chicken wire it is. Interesting fact, I call it chicken wire. Americans, we all call it chicken wire. Here in the Czech Republic, it's called rabbit wire, a rabbit fence. They don't call it chicken wire, which is interesting because there are lots of chickens here. Not very many rabbits, but yet they call it rabbit fence. I don't, cultural differences. So 2 things. 1, after more research, yes, I'm aware I did this in the wrong order. I should have done the gravel on top of the dirt. Because it's an interior space, I don't see it as any great concern. So you're welcome to roast me in the comments, but I'm fully aware of it already. So it still will serve its purpose for sure here as an interior space, because the reason for the gravel thing like on top versus the dirt on top is really just for drainage. I don't need drainage, it's an interior space. So yes, I made a mistake, but I don't believe the mistake is going to be catastrophic. 2, I did research on how much cement this will take me to fill up. And they said approximately 55 to 60 bags. That's more than I really want to do by myself. So I found out that the cost of having ready-made pumped in is pretty much exactly the same as 55 to 60 bags. So 50 bags would cost approximately 5,000 crowns, and to have ready-made pumped in from a professional would cost 5,000 crowns. So I'm just going to go that way because that saves me a lot of hassle, and it's literally the exact same cost. 3rd, gripe about the Czech Republic. So I just went out because I was like, oh, I'll go get some cement from this company. They're only like 20 minutes away. That's perfect. So I drove all the way there, and it's a person's home. It's not a business. This is a thing here in the Czech Republic. So like, for instance, if I were to start an online store, which I have, you have to register it as a business. And when you register it as a business, if you don't have a brick and mortar location, you have to put your home address. So oftentimes when you try and find a company that does something and you go to their physical address, if they don't have a brick and mortar location, you're going to somebody's home. It's just a weird quirk of this country. So I find that I've done this a number of times where I'll go to a location that I think is the business, but it's actually the home of the person who has the company license. Just random factoid that you should, if you're coming to the Czech Republic and planning to do any sort of thing like this, you should be aware of. On to the next.